Cessnock Goannas, they've been around for a long time now, way back to, was it 1911 when they started?
Yeah, 1911 they started. They were, well, it wasn't a Cessnock football club. It was like West End Slashes.
West End Slashes, yeah.
Those sorts of things, and they played in their own. Well, they played in the Coalfields comp, didn't they? They played against West Maitland. I'm trying to think. West Maitland, Curry. Don't know if Abermain were involved. So that was sort of Cessnock Rugby League.
Never come to the Newcastle comp till
1930.
Yeah.
So I think it might have been Phil Baird, a past secretary.
Yep.
He sort of, in mid-71, initiated sort of trying to get the Goannas, not wanting to upset a lot of the old diehards by changing the name.
And that's when the Goanna was developed.
Yeah, so, and it sort of, then the local press sort of picked up on it, and probably 1972
was when it really came to.
And that was one of our golden years. Norm Henderson was the
that was the photo up there.
We won the competition in 72. We actually had a live Goanna on the ground that day. So it was unbelievable. Yeah.
So how did the name Goanna come about?
The colour.
Yeah, because predominantly they're black and gold, or you know, or
Goanna is black and gold stripe.
Yeah, stripe. So, and they're quite prevalent out around the bush here.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So that's sort of how that got started, and
then of course the golden era, the late 1940s, early 50s.
Yeah. We had tremendous time. Won at 50, 54, 55, and 60. I think it was. We won the competition that year, and with some of the great names, the Donny Schofields, the Barry Levitos,
and Lester Beatties,
the Lester Beatties, you know, and all long-serving players, you know, sort of one-club players, you know, were good, and then we got it again in 60, and
lost it in 66.
66, yeah, that was Donny Schofields last year.
Scoey's last year.
Donny Schofields last year. And when you're talking about some of these blokes like Scully, you're talking about guys that have played. Lester Beatty played over 330 grade games for Cessnock. Scored something like 187 tries.
Yep.
Donny Schofield had one season away from Cessnock, was
52 in Western Suburbs in Sydney and won a grand final.
Yeah, sorry. And then he had another one where he left and went
that's from Muswellbrook.
captain coach in 57 or 8 or something.
58, yeah.
And he ended up making the Australian
Played
side
for
in the
Australia
World
from
Cup.
Muswellbrook.
Yeah, from Muswellbrook. So, but long-standing players, again, he played. He was just an ornament and an idol up here. They've named out the front.
The entrance, Don Schofield. The hallway here is called the Don Schofield walkway.
Yeah. 70s weren't too bad. We got 2 titles, 72 and
77.
77.
We brought 2 players up from Sydney, Norm Henderson come from St George, the captain coach.
Yeah. And then in 77 we had Henry Tartner. Yeah, big Henry. So we won that there, and I think both times we beat Maitland.
Yep.
72, 77.
72, 77, yep.
Pretty traditional rivalry in the 70s between Maitland and Cessnock, and a lot of good players on both sides.
And that tradition still lives on
there today.
Yeah, it
doesn't die, does it?
No, it seems to be stronger.
I think it's actually stronger now than the Cessnock Curry one.
Yeah.
It seems to be more
rivalry
in the Cessnock Maitland than the Cessnock Curry.
It is, yeah.
You know, so, and it was always, it was a bloodbath, Cessnock and Curry years ago. So.
Yeah.
But I guess also, you know, a success of the club comes down to the not just the players and the coaches, but also the trainers, the strappers, the volunteers as well.
Yep.
It all makes a club.
Yep.
All the time that we've been successful, particularly in the 70s, we had tremendous committee administration, was tremendous. Guys like Brian Davey was the president. 25 years he was president of the club. Finished playing in 1953 and finished being committee man in 90s. in the 90s
90s,
somewhere.
yeah.
So like he had 50 years of service. But a bloke called Gordon Caddis was
Yep, timekeeper
a
here.
timekeeper, and 60 years of service to the club. You know, like. Yeah.
So when people say, you know, it all starts in the front office, it's quite
Oh,
true.
it did, and we were lucky that Phil Baird was the secretary in
Secretary,
'72, and John Knight was secretary in '77, and they went to Sydney, and they got Norm Henderson, and they got Henry Tartner, and you know, so they were pretty shrewd guys that could get. I don't know how much money it cost us, but
we
they got the
another-
result, you know.
We got another fella called Algie Wilson, John Wilson.
Yep.
He's been a life member, worked here tireless. He's got a bit of dementia now, but still goes to the club every Thursday night and does raffles for the Injured Players Fund.
The
Yeah,
Brown brothers.
the three of them.
Yep.
Three of them.
So-
What do they mean in Cessnock?
Well, usually more of them than I
I
do.
see a lot of them, yeah. Whether they continue next year, we don't know, but we'd like to hope so. Riley's been here for 3 years.
He's been colossal.
He's brilliant for the club as a leader.
Yeah.
Joel's the same, and June, the youngest one. But whether we keep them, it's another thing.
Yeah, I mean, there has been speculation. You know, you don't like to go on about speculation,
Yeah.
but there's talk that he may join Western Suburbs.
Yep.
Do you think what do you think? Do you think he could jump?
Well, we hope not. He's probably only got one more year left in him. He's already has 3 here. We would hope he'd have his last year here.
They'd throw the dollars at him.
Yeah, and he's 300 points.
Yeah.
They've only got 650, I think, to play with.
Yeah. So
This year's not over by all means.
Oh, by no means, no.
We'll keep on winning that.
Yeah,
get a couple of results go our way, and you
yeah,
know,
we've got
so-
the bye and play West next week, and
West have been a little bit off and on for the last 4 weeks, so I think you've got a good chance.
yeah, and we're at full strength, and and then we get the bye. Then our last game against Macquarie's Old Boys Day.
which is up here, and so
So we're fairly
sides
confident.
still don't like travelling up here to play us. You know, we and Macquarie's one of those sides.
Yeah.
We've got a pretty good get pretty good results at home.
If we can get a few calls off the referee.
That's another thing.